Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, she's a real estate mogul. She's an acclaimed author. She's a survivor. She's a motivational speaker. She's my friend. She's next on the Jeff Crilley Show. You won't want to miss this one.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
All right, I think you'll agree with me on this. I think we live in a nation of victims. If only there was a different president, if only there was a different economy, if only I was born into a different family. There are people on this planet who make it happen and people who watch it happen. And my next guest is Angelia Dunbar. She is a real estate mogul, acclaimed author, survivor, and motivational speaker. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff, for having me.
Yeah. And I think that what I said off the top rings true. There's a lot of people who kind of play the victim. The economy's not right. This is not right. But you came from a background of adversity. I mean, that's almost all you knew. So share a little bit about your journey.
Yes, so again, my name is Angelia Sky Dunbar, known as your faith of a female builder, and I faced life and death literally at the same time. I was kidnapped, left temporarily blinded. I've survived cancer 2 times. I am definitely one who's not going to give up. And the thing is, we have to choose to live. Too many people can face adversity, but say, I just can't make it. I'm not going to do this. And I say, you know what? I have the power to make my decision, to make that step to get out of this dark situation. And I choose to live, and I took my life back and my power back.
Wow. Well, I admire you so much because there are so many people who, they have one setback. Maybe it's a divorce or loss of a loved one, and they go into this downward spiral and they never recover. So what was it about your upbringing or your grit that allowed you to come back from all this adversity?
I had to really look back at my foundation from my family, and it was the foundation of faith. And so everything in my life is built on faith. Even when I don't believe, I still have faith to go forward. And the thing is, I knew that as long as I had, for me, Christ-centered in my life, that the faith I had in me, I could overcome anything that tried to break me, because it may have broken me, but I was not buried. I didn't die in that situation. I rose out of it.
Amen. We're going to show you the book cover from your first book. It was a best-selling book from 2017. We're going to put that on the screen. It's called Author of Slaying with My Broken Pieces. So I love that, slaying. Tell us about the title and what's in the book.
Slaying with My Broken Pieces tells us how to not ignore red flags and see all the warning signs, because a lot of times we believe in the best in people and we say, oh no, that couldn't be what that is. But really and truly, they're showing us that they're controlling. They're showing us that they don't mean well. They're showing us they're going to take our power because they're controlling your mindset. They're controlling your finances. And so Slaying with My Broken Pieces simply talks about that I had the option to take those broken pieces, which is just a seed planted, and let it grow into something great. And so I took it back. I put it all back together again. I mended my life. And like I stated before, I rose out of those situations, and I'm slaying, meaning I'm going to still go forward and still be classy with it.
I love it. And you're working on a second book that should be coming out shortly. Tell us the name of the book.
My second book is titled How to Get Through When Going Through, because a lot of times people don't understand that we all have a vision, but we've also lost sight. So in being kidnapped, I realized that I had a way to get through it. And so everybody's been kidnapped, right? Because if you lose your sight and vision for what God has called you to have, even what you desire to do and be in life, then you're kidnapped because someone else has told you what you couldn't be. So they've controlled your mind. But for me, how to get through and going through, you pick it up and you keep going. You find that one thing that's going to give you hope to sustain to the next day. And every day, let the old person die, so tomorrow you can be a better you.
Oh, that's so beautiful. We found an article written on you not too long ago. We're going to put it on screen because one, I just love the images, and so you in that pink, which is really attractive. But then as we continue to scroll down, there's a picture of you in a boxing arena, and you're a fighter. So talk about this picture and why you wanted that as part of this article.
You know, being a 2-time cancer survivor back in 2013, I was told I had 5 years for the cancer to return. And if it did, it was going to be aggressive. And I fought. And it was okay because then I was 10 years younger and I was able to fight a little harder. But then it returned in 2023. And that's when I got in that ring and I said, not today, because I'm still going to fight. And it was harder because I just couldn't see it coming. But the thing is, we have to choose every day to fight for what we want in life. And nothing can take me from that because I'm going to fight to overcome adversity, overcome poverty, overcome single parenting, overcome being told no. But it's a choice to fight. You got to have the willpower to get up and fight daily.
Why don't we drill down a little bit more on that? Because, again, people have adversity every day. People get diagnoses, and then they say, well, okay, this is it. I'm done. And other people say, nope, it's not my time yet. Mm-hmm. So talk about your faith and how your faith guides all your decisions.
And you know, this last time, 2023, it was a dark moment. And faith was sustaining me and holding me and cradling me at the night. But it was the darkest time of my life because, one, I was shocked that it came back after I made past that 5-year mark. But at the same time, I realized I'm here now. And, you know, to see the tears in my kids' eyes for the second time, knowing that they could almost lose their mother because this one was harder. You know, knowing one day I spent hours in a car parking lot just trying to see if I was going to survive that moment. Wow. So it takes a lot out of you, but you got to have the will. And honestly, the ring shows you that the battle starts in the mind. And if you can win it in your mind, you're going to either get farther in life or you're going to lose the battle when you say, I can't fight.
I want to talk about your professional career because you're a real estate mogul and you're actually a mentor. So you're helping other people learn the real estate game?
Correct. So I'm a real estate mogul. I am a real estate developer. I teach people how to build houses, how to create wealth, how to, again, overcome adversity and poverty by building homes from the ground up. I take it from dirt to being a dream to dirt being reality. And I help you get from dirt to construction and then to CO where you move in and also create that generational wealth because you have to have something that you're planting so it can grow.
And I love DFW because, you know, when the media talks about the housing market, they're talking about like a national number. But DFW, it's something like 200,000 people move here every year. I mean, there's always a need for new homes.
It is. It's definitely a need. It's definitely a need for new homes and new construction. And being in real estate for 20 years, you know, from being a real estate agent to a mortgage lender to being a property manager to now developing properties, commercial retail. I built 120 units in Prairie View, Texas from the ground up from just a vision. I named that project after my great-grandfather because I knew that there was a need for education, but also quality housing. You have a lot of people out here wanting to mentor and take people's money, but they're not showing them the truth behind it. They're not discussing their downfalls and failures like I've had. And again, that's being in that boxing ring, knowing that you have to overcome because we can't control the market. But Dallas-Fort Worth is definitely a hot market. People are constantly living here, moving from California and other states. And this is still the land of opportunity.
So when somebody signs up to you, with you to become you're their mentor, tell us how that process works. How do you engage with your clients?
They come to some courses that I have, and so we take them either through online and then in person, or they can come in and do a one-on-one mentorship in a group setting or one-on-one. And I teach them how to go from finding the correct land to make sure you don't lose money in the dirt, because that's the first thing, to going to getting your permits established, getting your architectural plans. And then I take you out, show you how to get your contractors and how to make sure you're vetting them to know that that's going to be the right people on your job site. And I'll walk them through every step. And there's so much more in getting your finances in order because people believe you have to have a lot of money, but they don't. And the thing is, most women are less than 2% given capital to even doing real estate investments. And so I show them that it is possible, especially if you have faith, it's possible.
Wow. That's amazing. You're saving them a fortune because there's a million ways to go out of business and buying the wrong property in the wrong location.
At the wrong time,
At the wrong time. So in the final 2 minutes, I want you to look into the camera on the left and talk to the person who's struggling right now, the person who's their faith is being taxed because they're going through something.
So the thing is, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I didn't go to an Ivy League college. I didn't have everything I wanted, but I had love and I had faith. And so the thing is, it's possible. If you want to get to where you want to change the dynamics of your life and you want a brighter future, you truly want to leave generational wealth, you need to contact me, because I am your faith of a female, not just builder, but build her. I build women, I build people so they can have a better life and know that it's all possible.
The great Angelia Dunbar. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.